Liz Truss said during the campaign she's somebody who gets things done. She's said on record she will continue the Rwanda scheme. Does it work?
Well, it's not working so far because no one has been sent. But yes, you're right. She said during her campaign that she was wedded to the Rwanda scheme. More than that, actually, that she wanted to expand it out to include other countries that might be willing to take asylum seekers as well. So we've currently got this situation, of course, in the courts, at the High Court, a judicial review into whether this Rwanda policy is lawful. It's a 5-day hearing, but at the end of the 5-day hearing, we won't get a judgment. We've got another hearing related to this brought on behalf of another group of asylum seekers in October. And we're told then there'll be reserved judgment. So there might not be a decision on this until at least November. And all of the while, more people are coming on small boats. Yesterday, another 188 came across, despite the fact it's pretty horrendous conditions out in the channel with 30-mile-an-hour winds gusting, choppy seas. But they're being pushed out by the criminal gangs, and some real concern that we might actually see a tragedy like we did last November when 27 people drowned when their boat capsized because of the weather conditions.
We're expecting perhaps Suella Braverman to be the new Home Secretary, and it's interesting, of course, because she was Attorney General, giving the government legal advice on whether the Rwanda thing could actually happen. So that's a bit of added spice, if you like. But the other aspect is whoever's going to be Foreign Secretary, again, could be James Cleverly, trying to have to build bridges with the French to address this the other side of the Channel.
Well, there's no doubt that the French cooperation here is vital, I think. Without a Rwanda deal happening anytime soon, it really needs to be the French who are getting to grips with the situation on the other side, or maybe agreeing to those coming across here to be returned to their soil. That has not happened yet. Yeah. It didn't happen under Priti Patel. There's no reason to believe, sadly, that it's going to happen under James Cleverly, if he becomes Foreign Secretary, Suella Braverman, if she becomes the Home Secretary, Liz Truss and her premiership. So it will be interesting to see where we go with that. But it is a big issue in the in-tray for Liz Truss and, of course, for whoever the new Home Secretary will be now that Priti Patel has decided to go.
And, of course, crime, policing more generally. What has Liz Truss told us about the number of police officers on our streets, how the police should respond to things like burglaries? What's her mantra when it comes to crime and law and order?
Well, we remember again from her campaign, she was talking about back to basics policing. She wants police, she said, not to be policing the Twitter sphere, but to be actually investigating and dealing with real crime. That's not gone down too well with police forces who say, actually, officers that I've been speaking to, that really this is just, going after the soundbite. It makes, a very good soundbite, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean much because police forces aren't really policing Twitter in that sense. Yes, of course, every now and again, a ridiculous case comes to the fore and it's splattered all over the
because it's so rare. That's why
rare.
it gets so much
in the
attention.
Scheme of things,